Hello everybody and welcome back. Welcome back to another episode with the Viavi OneExpert meter. So in this episode I'm going to show you guys how to utilize the pass-through cable modem function on this meter. So actually, just like with the throughput testing, we're going to be going back into the DOCSIS check program. It's orange because I still have it actively open. And yeah, the test is already completed and everything, so we don't have to wait for that to come back up again. So, in order to utilize the pass-through cable modem function on a DOCSIS check, once it's completed, you need to scroll all the way to the bottom. Well, actually, darn it, I guess I actually did stop the test. I just forgot. So actually, let me just start it again. Let me allow it to lock back on again. Okay, so now it's completed again. So now we need to scroll all the way to the bottom here and see that button right down there that says Start Pass-Through Cable Modem. So I'm gonna click on that and do just that. So now it's on. Now it changed to Stop Pass-Through Cable Modem, but so that means it's on. So now, since this is functioning as a functional cable modem right now you need to plug in a router into port number 2. So we're going to plug one end of this Ethernet cable into port number 2. And just for testing purposes, I have taken a liberty of just going and buying a pretty inexpensive router just from the store. So now we need to plug in the other end of the Ethernet cable coming from the meter going into the WAN port on the router. And just looking at the router lights, yep, you see the one that has the globe, meaning online, lit up now. And if we look at the meter side here, yeah, you see the light for port 2 is now on, meaning that there's a connection between the two. So now I'm going to go and connect to that router's Wi-Fi network. Yep, so there it is right there, the TP-Link 1. Yeah, got a check mark. So, yeah, it appears to be working with internet because I can load, basic pages and everything. So, essentially, as long as you have the meter hooked up to a cable with signal on it, at least with the internet provider that the meter is being used with, then you can basically just create your own private functioning internet network that way. And also, as far as I know, since the meter isn't just a regular modem in which is provisioned for a specific speed, as long as you had a router that's also good enough, you could probably get the maximum amount of speed off of that cable, just as long as your router is, of course, good enough to support those speeds. So, as far as I know, you actually don't have a limit on how fast your speeds are. It just depends on how fast the throughput of the cable is testing as, just like I did in the last episode. Now, I don't know if you could just take any Viavi OneExpert meter and hook up to any cable internet provider and this would work. But I do know, at least since this specific meter is assigned or is at least being used for a specific internet company, as long as at least it's plugged into a cable from that company, you're able to do this. So anyhow, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to catch you in the next one.